Today is the 17th Sunday of the year. Our Gospel is Matthew chapter 13, verses 44 through 52. We hear the last three of the 7 parables in this chapter. First of all, a word about the difference between a parable and an allegory. And it's actually contrasted in the first parable with the author of Matthew giving an allegorical interpretation of it. In an allegory, the main features of the story being communicated are readily recognizable to the listeners. And so the author of Matthew says, the seed is the word of God. The thorns are cares of this world. That is classic allegorical interpretation. It's a bit unfortunate that Matthew did that, I think, because down the ages, it has proved too much of a temptation to preachers to take the allegorical and leave the parable. We come to a parable with our imaginations. We wait. We listen. We endeavor to dispose ourselves to hear what the parable will do to us. There's no preempting that. There's no simple shortcuts to the symbolism of the words or the images. So we sit with a parable, and it can take a long time as we read it and reread it and listen to it and endeavor to hear. And so Jesus uses parables to help us understand the kingdom. And again, sit with the parable. Kingdom of heaven is like what's happening when a man scatters seed all over the place. It grows in various ways in various places. Or the kingdom of heaven is like what is happening when a man sows good seed and someone comes along, sows bad seed amongst the good seed. Or the kingdom of heaven is like what is happening when a man takes a tiny mustard seed and plants it, and it grows into a big tree. Or the kingdom of heaven is like a woman who takes yeast, puts it in 3 measures of flour. So we've heard those 4 parables. Today, the 3 parables, Jesus likens the kingdom of heaven is like what happens when a man discovers a treasure, what it does to him. Or the kingdom of heaven is like a man searching for fine pearls, and he finds one of great price, what that does to him. Or the kingdom of heaven is like a dragnet, which catches a whole lot of fish. The theme that runs through here, I think it's a theme available to us all, is the kingdom of heaven is like what is happening in ordinary moments of our lives. And so we can move to our own lives as parables. The kingdom of heaven is like getting up in the morning. It's like what is happening when you get on the bus with all those other people. It's like when you discover someone who surprises you with their goodness. It's like what is happening when you are overwhelmed with gratitude. It's like what is happening in you, through you, and around you all the time, in every moment. We just don't see it. So it behoves us to be attentive, to wake up, to see our world, our lives unfolding with open eyes. Attention enables us to remain awake, to see. Inattention means that our lives very easily become overwhelmed with fictions, unrealities, that build up and build a thicket of fictional reality, unreality, because we're not looking. We're not able to see. Now, there is the gift of the moment, and there is the gift in the moment. We would say in our tradition that God is everywhere, and God is with us. God is mysteriously present, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God revealed to Moses on Mount Sinai. I am who I am. God of love, the God of beauty, the God of goodness, always there, in all circumstances, all the time. The opportunity is ours to wake up, to pay attention, to see, to hear what no eye has yet seen, no ear has heard, what it has entered into the mind of God, what God has in store for us, and what is hidden in plain sight. The theme of this grace, powerfully present in the present moment, is there right from the time of the Gospels through the ages. It is picked up particularly in the monastic tradition. Be present. Ground yourself in what you are, where you are, and the reality of life. Hear, be awake, pay attention. It is evident in the lives of many awakened, faithful women and men down the ages. It's very present as a theme in the Celtic spirituality. In the 18th century, a Jesuit by the name of Father Jean-Pierre de Caussade wrote a series of letters which were published in a book called Abandonment to Divine Providence. That book is still available. It's undergone multiple printings in multiple languages. Let me conclude by quoting from Jean-Pierre de Caussade. There is not a moment in which God does not present himself under the form of pain to be endured, or of some consolation to be enjoyed, or of some duty to be performed. All that takes place within us, around us, or through us contains and conceals his divine action.